First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen on hand, Zane Gonzalez to get things started. Off we go from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And a big hit there on the opening kickoff. Wow, that is going to set a tone for what could be a very physical game. First carry here for Devon Achane. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
That one complete to Leggett. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
It's third down, and here is Leonard. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
First down, Dolphins.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Looking to run. That's the man from OK State, Ollie Gordon. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, first and 10.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards. First down.
They'll throw. It's Leonard. That's to the left side. Hauled in by Leggett. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Dolphins. First down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
There's Leonard now throwing on first and 10. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to be taken down. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up.
And he's in! Pat Freiermuth, touchdown Dolphins. His 4th TD grab of the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. They're going to go play action with Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. 17 yards on that connection. First down, Atlanta.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, it's Penix. As he throws there, it's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 18 yard
Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
12 yards.
2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
Plant. It's Penix. To the right. That's Pitts. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line.
A gain of 36 yards.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. The Falcons have it to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, Malik Washington. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
That's an RPO quickly into the hands of Waddle. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. From the 31, here is 2nd and 8.
At the 31-yard line.
Operating out of the gun, it is Leonard. A throw there, caught by Lee Getz. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
First down.
To the ground, a first down run. Oh, yeah. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down.
Like the old adage, you run to set up the pass. This modern offense nowadays, we're starting to see that flipped upside down on its head. Typically, the success of the passing game is what allows teams to have success like this in the run game.
A run out of the gun with A-Chain. There he goes, inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
That's good.
They get 18 on that one. First down, Miami.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, here's a throw by Leonard. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Saw throws like that on Saturdays in South Bend. The result, a first down. So, not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. From the gun, here's Leonard. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. James Pierce in there to drop him as he registers sack number 4 on the season.
Now, after taking that loss on the sack, it changes your entire approach offensively. You go from playing for 6 to now everything is just about coming away with points.
Leggett in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Here's Leonard. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Leonard to throw here on 3rd and long. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to take possession.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. It's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Here comes 2nd and 4. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll take this to about the 28. Ashton Davis there to make the play.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. Open man is Mooney. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, here is Penix. Flush to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's a toss left side for Robinson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Here's second and 6. Give, and here comes Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
At the 37-yard line.
And the lefty Penix on first down. Short throw taken by Pitts. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. First and 10. Throwing is Penix. And this will be incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. It's second down.
Davis there on the covering.
Let's go. Packers 60. Packers 60 by 6.
Back to throw. Here's Penix. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown Atlanta. Al Gonzalez to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Falcons will move out to a 14-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Washington now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. Now first and 10, it is Leonard. That's taken in by Achane. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Leonard. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
8-10 on first down, and then some. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. On play action, Penix. Now, deep ball for London. That's hot. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there to start the second half. 33 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, it's a run with Robinson. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On third down, it's Robinson.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on fourth down, Mike, based on what they do on third down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that fourth down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Back out is Gonzalez. After the made field goal, he'll send this one away. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 42-yard line.
Leonard gonna throw on 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This one complete to Washington. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
It's third down, and here is Leonard. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards. Set to go now on 1st and 10. That is caught aside by Waddle. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
And the Dolphins Saints are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone as it's first and goal. Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Achane will take this in for a Dolphins touchdown. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
We'll go play action now with Penix. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jack Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but he has his offense set up in great field position inside the red zone. Here's Miller now throwing on 1st and 10. To the outside, he's got Waddle.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Achane. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Miami. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, it's Penix. That's to Mooney, complete right side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll run out of the gun. Here comes Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Looked to me like the quarterback had the option to pull that and make it a throw, but he decides to give it. Probably wishes looking back that he would have pulled it because there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Penix on 3rd down. That's complete. He's got it to London. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not having it. Going to lose a yard.
It's a loss of 2.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. Forced to his right. Trying to make a play out of the pocket. Couldn't do it. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, the ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Here's a handoff to Achane, running left. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance. This play.
And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On the return, it's Robinson. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. In trouble, and down he goes. That is Zach Sealer. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Penix. He's hit as he throws. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now Penix on 3rd and long. Throw on the run is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They convert with a gain of 15.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They're going to go play action with Penix. Now, deep ball from London. That ball bouncing around, and it's finally caught. Wow. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 41 yards.
Falcons, 1st down.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Robinson, and he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
That one to the end zone, but incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he's so close to breaking the play, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he will score! Game on! Kyle Pitts, touchdown Falcons! That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. All right, so the Falcons try to add on a 2-point conversion here.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Penix. That is incomplete. And the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful.
Falcons 23.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. In motion, it's Waddle. To throw on 1st and 10. Leonard. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
On the ground, here is Achane. And he slips through an opening. Winds up getting about 8. That is past the 40-yard line. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. He'll get this out to the left block. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense is right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Miami.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Now a screen set up for Achane. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. Here's a 2nd and 12. Operating out of the gun, it is Leonard. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. And now we get a timeout by the defense. Clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. We're going to go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. A run, and it's Achan. And he's got another one. Devon Achan. Touchdown, Miami. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Now Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here is 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Pettis. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now Penix. Pushed out to his left. He runs with it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. He'll wind up getting enough to pick up the 1st down. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kader Kohu. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Achan. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Only 1 timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So, a win here for the visiting Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball and will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.